If you want to join us, you can go to nouno'clock.live or nomo.wtf. That's nomo.wtf. They'll both take you to the same place. While you're at it, you can pick up Nomo now, number 1263. This beautiful eagle black hole on a red background for just 0.0000698. That's $1.85 USD. 100% of the proceeds go to the Yellow Collective Treasury, which goes to funding artists on chain in the Nouniverse and beyond. Speaking of the Yellow Collective, there's less than 5 minutes left on that auction, so if you want to check it out, yellowcollective.xyz. We've got a blackboard with a heart accessory and a red shirt up there, or a pink shirt rather. So collective down to 327. If you'd like to bid on this, current minimum bid is 0.02 to get this, so go for it. Pretty low for a collective. You can check that out at yellowcollective.xyz. In the meantime, we've got 1 minute left on the auction. If you are joining us on Twitter or YouTube, welcome in. If you'd like to join the conversation live, there's a link to the tavern in the description. You can join us that way right here on the tavern and actually join the conversation. It's a weekend. We're going to have a light show today, so we're not going to be doing all that scheduled stuff. We're just going to be talking about random shenanigans and just vibing. Because it's a Saturday, and who needs to work? With a minute left on the auction, how you doing, Brett? Semi-attack? It's a really good Nomo. I really like it. You didn't mint it yesterday? We might get a few more minutes. Are we getting another bid? Nope, there it is. And I didn't even hit the 30-second button. Bah. Yes. Oh. It's the thing where they're like, do you want to deposit things to your Coinbase account? Send it to this wallet address. That thing. Oh shit, I didn't. I completely forgot. I have my own NNS. I have robotfishgirl.noggles, but I don't have one for my noun. Maybe I should do that.
They were protected to a point, I believe.
Yeah, but I don't think weren't they
I think up into 1,000.
Yeah.
Yeah. 4 digits for sure.
Because I know Ben got 1111. I got 1, 2, 3, 4.
So he got that before he got the noun, though.
Yeah.
That was his. He used Resutu.
He's been planning that noun since I met him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Same.
100%.
At least since like early 2022.
I'm itching to know that early discovery on my part of the head Tyrolia ski film Noggle Flash. I want to know more. When's he gonna wake up and join the show and come and talk about it?
I mean, when we push forward a little bit more, and then we're gonna have daylight savings, so we're gonna have to push forward another hour.
Well, all right. I guess I can forget.
Yeah, all I know is now that it was him and Swami's doing from that prop.
Yeah, it was paid for the Rutsutsu prop. I believe it was in a prop date, but it only just actually was released recently. Is that? Am I wildly off base?
The trailer for the video came out like a week ago, 2 weeks ago.
Got it.
So it's not even like the whole thing came out yet.
That makes sense. Still, That was such a cool thing to see, is just the giant noggles on a mountain with
Yeah.
people skiing and snowboarding through them.
Yeah.
Well, they didn't go anywhere. They're there forever, or
Yeah,
as
which
long
is
as they'll hold
insane
up.
to think about. Like, just built a thing and just left it there forever.
Yep.
Where do I forget where I know where the Noggle site is, but I forget where to get my NNS.
INNS.xyz.
Oh, like if you
Uh
want your specific number, you got to talk to Dom.
oh, well then.
I mean, you might be able to mint the numbers. I don't know if those were still reserved or not.
I believe
Because
mine
Oh,
is
I
just
remember
hey!
available.
they were by
Looks like
request
I'm
only.
the proud owner of a chalkboard.
Oh, on the Yellow Collective?
Yeah,
Mazel
I
tov.
won't settle.
All right, I'm looking.
Beautiful now.
I'm finding my noun. I think
Makes me feel
yeah.
warm outside.
I do like this. I wish I could have bid on this chalkboard. It is really nice. All right, yeah, I can just buy the NNS for my number because
No, you probably.
I think they were only reserved up to 1,000,
Oh, you're correct. Yeah.
and mine is 1172. So yeah, wait, let me scroll down and
You could also ask it as a retro. Like I'm sure that that could be a compensation because those that
compensation
went
for
after.
what? I haven't done anything for NNS.
No, for a while he was just giving them away to like people if you were in NARS or Little Nouns or whatever.
You just made a
You could get
request and
yeah, you could get a 4-digit whatever number you wanted.
yeah.
Oh,
Couldn't get a
So
specific one depending, and if you did something for the ecosystem, which you have many times,
I mean that's true enough.
yeah, then you could choose, and it becomes part of their either the raffle system or however it's moved forward.
I do
But
own two
previously,
NNSs too already. I don't only own
mhm.
RobotFishGirl.Knuckles. I also own Pride.Knuckles.
Yeah, I think I probably got I don't know, 10 of them or something
Nothing compared to
across a
the
couple
ENS
wallets.
collection, but those are much cheaper. So
Right. Yeah, I gave most of the ones that I grabbed away of the ENS.
I think like 90% of my ENS like expired and I never picked them back up.
Oh, that reminds me, I got to renew my .tez.
mine are. I have a couple that are expiring pretty soon, like semi-solids.
Right. You can flush that one.
Or copious air horns.
Or Ben explains memes badly. .eth.
No thanks, bitch. Study.
You never know when the next wave of celebrity killers is going to come, and they might want that.
But that's Obtoshi's thing. Oh no, this is one I'm never getting rid of. I have Fuster Cluck, Daddy.
Yeah, I mean, you could assign that to one of my. I have a robot chicken, the first robot chicken thing. Maybe probably not the first one. First biddable one.
Yeah.
Yellow, maybe.
I forgot we haven't used this in a while, but I do still own Nomo Promo.
Oh, nice. Yeah.
We should use that. That was a thing that we were gonna do for a while. For anybody who doesn't know, Nomo Promo was this idea we had for Nomo Nouns, where we were just gonna let people send things to the Nomo Promo wallet and just do drawings for Nomo Nouns anytime somebody sent something. So whoever picked up Nomo Nouns had a chance of like a random grab bag of whatever, and then whoever was sending to Nomo Promo, it was like, okay, so they're giving promotional stuff away, and obviously it wasn't going to be automated. We were going to sort of curate it so we weren't just getting spam. But yeah, that was a random idea we had that never
Whoa,
went
whoa,
anywhere.
whoa,
Whoa.
I
What?
got some hot.
Yep, you're
Yeah,
dead.
you're
Your mic
sharp as chips.
What? Oh, God damn it!
Yeah. No, no, no! Don't
Please,
scream.
Don't. Yeah, not louder. That doesn't make it better.
Whatever you need to do. My ears are bleeding.
Under a minute bid. It's at 3:15 right now.
Fantastic.
Yeah, I don't think I was just scrolling to the bottom of yellow here. I think it's time for Jack to do a re-up now that we're 328 collective nouns, soon to be, anyways. Deep. I'm gonna sit down and make a collection of the
I'm back.
of the prizes and the clounders.
God damn it. All right, well, 10 seconds left of the auction. If you're out there already, 9o'clock.live or nomo.wtf. It's too late for another bid to come in, which means 0x30 bob.
That's such a good mushroom.
My God!
I'm voting
And
for
now
right
it
away.
is
I'm rugging this. Oh, I couldn't get it. It changed right as the clock went.
Damn it!
Well, the auction
mean-
just ended, so yeah.
There was a mushroom
It
up
was a
on FOMO.
perfect
It was a
mushroom.
And
perfect
this is
mushroom.
why you don't look at FOMO before it's time.
No, it was the first one.
I was
You just
gonna-
couldn't.
That was
Yeah,
not
I
the
was gonna
first
rug it.
one, because clearly, if it was the first one, we all would have
Well,
seen it.
Sometimes it has a little overlap time.
Yeah.
Why? Do not trust hope. What?
It does. It happens. That's how I got that CR. I was
When I was
watching.
good.
I was on FOMO, and FOMO changes faster than the Nomo site, so I had like a half a second head start.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Wow.
It's a feed. Are we still
Half a
after our
second head
fork?
start. I don't think so.
That's okay, because this
For
is...
anybody who isn't aware already, nounoclock.live, nomo.wtf. Every time you see a noun flash by, if you haven't played this game before, give it a thumbs up. If you like it, give it a thumbs down. If you don't, if we get enough thumbs up in the first 2 seconds or so of a noun being on the screen, that is going to be the next noun that is on auction for the next 24 hours. We do try to be a little bit picky. We are looking for some specific noun heads if we can get them, including a pirate ship head, or a wizard hat, beer, weed, any of those like degen stuff. So if you see any of those, mushroom is definitely included. That would be ideal. But I'm voting yes on this. I can't
I was
not.
a yes on this.
Yeah, I gave it an up. But
Apparently it was just us three, but it's
The frog green does not look good on the frog, I have to say. But
the
I love
frog
the
in the
body
water
on
too.
that. Exactly.
I'll admit, part of it is I just like any opportunity I can get to dilute Toady. But
yeah.
Why not?
Gross.
I don't like this.
I've just gotten over the pandemic. Don't even try and take any more time from me. Oh, it just needs to be an orca, and we got ourselves a winner.
Yeah, if it was an orca, that would have been good.
Mm-hmm. Gross. Piece of lettuce stuck in your tooth on your first
that's
date.
not great.
Telling that rhymes with orange joke. Oh, this is just missing a snake head.
Well. Oh, I gave that one a yes. I know it's the most popular body, but come on. That was good.
Pop and lock it.
Pop and lock.
My first thought was that this is the default sound a Master Lock makes, but that's...
Yeah. No, it's like that was the nouns breakers right there, pop and lock. They can build their own. It's CCO.
They can copy it.
Yeah. This must be quick gunk, because I can't see that flamingo's legs anywhere.
This is the first deep fried horse we've seen in a while.
Yeah.
By the way, we
fried
have an
Jeep.
audience member. I'm gonna butcher your name, Nebagka. I've been trying to get you up, but it won't let me. You might have to leave and come back, and request again. I see that your hand is raised, but it's not letting me bring you up.
Oh, we got a safety.
Oh well, safety piano is apparently getting minted.
Safety rug.
That's all right.
There you go.
And now it's time for Nomo. So if you're not there already, nounclock.live or
Welcome.
nomo.wtf, you're going to see all of these nouns arrayed before you. You're going to pick your favorite from among them.
Choose your character.
Spam click that noun with all your might every 10 seconds. Half of them are eliminated until we're left with just one. That's going to be the Nomo noun of the day. Also, make sure you've signed in with your wallet and you're on Optimism or your clicks will not be counted. That's very important. Sign in with your wallet. Make sure you're on OP. Or your clicks will not be counted. We've got a couple really good nouns over here. I really like the racing kangaroo. The Animal Crossing shark is fun.
Baseball, the rat, the garlic, the pot.
Yeah. The pot. I like the bubble gum
Pot.
too. It's just aesthetic. I just like it. Well, whatever you're gonna choose, pick your favorite. We're playing the feud. We saved the racing kangaroo.
My screen garlic.
Final round. Racing kangaroo versus Pop Pot. Who will win? Who will lose? 3, 2, 1. Fight!
Sounds like a pet name. Pop. You call your granddad Pop.
Pop Pot wins. Brutality.
Well, we got a pop pot, and if you want to pick it up for yourself, Nomo noun number 1264 for just 0.00069 ETH. 100% of the proceeds go to the Yellow Collective Treasury, which goes to funding artists on chain in the Nouniverse and beyond. Pick it up for just $1.85. Speaking of the Yellow Collective, we're going to go ahead and settle that auction as well over at yellowcollective.xyz. Congratulations once again to our very own Civiatech for picking up
mic keeps
Collective
cutting
noun
in and out.
327. What?
Your mic keeps cutting in and out for me.
That's weird. It might be my internet. I've been having problems with that. But collective noun number 328
Wow.
is... Oh, that is
Noggle map.
beautiful.
Gorgeous.
Yeah, we got a Noggle map. We got a world map with a blue shirt, Noggles accessory, and a based background. That is
Great, isn't it?
fantastic.
Kind of wild.
So if you want to pick this up, you can do so at nounclock.live or nomo.wtf. Sorry, that's the wrong thing. Yellowcollective.xyz. You could also pick it up at nounclock.live or nomo.wtf if you mint enough nomos. Every single one of them is an entry into a semi-regular drawing to get a Yellow Collective noun. You can get a whole bunch of the same one, like some people have done, or you can get one of every day. It doesn't matter to us, but it's basically just a POAP, but with a little bit of an extra fun thing to it, which is this Yellow Collective drawing. So collective noun number 328. That is a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful world map. Like I said earlier, the Yellow Collective goes entirely to funding artists on chain in the Nouniverse and beyond. We commission based in yellow artist editions. where we commission them and then we sell their art, and they get 50% of the proceeds on top of their full commission price. And it's not just visual artists or digital artists or anything like that. We have commissioned musicians, we've commissioned photographers, painters. So everything across the board is something that we do at the Yellow Collective. If it's art and it's on chain, we're funding it. So definitely check that out, yellowcollective.xyz. We're also going to be moving our private Cabal chat into a more public channel pretty soon, but you'll only be able to participate if you are in the Yellow Collective. So excited for that coming up pretty soon. We do have somebody that requested from the audience to come up on stage, and Travern finally decided to behave. What's up? If you're able to.
Hello, everyone.
Oh, there we
Hello, everyone.
go. Hi. Welcome to 9 o'clock.
All right, thanks for having me here. It's actually my first time being here, so I'm really, really, really grateful to have the privilege to be a speaker here. So I'm just exploring the nouns ecosystem, and I'm really intrigued. And ever since I saw pixel art, I fell in love with it. These noun clocks projects have really been helpful in my journey of learning. So every day I I practice instead of just learning from a course. I learn, then I practice with the ones that are being placed on the knock channel. So actually, the reason why I raised up my hand for the very first time was to ask how to play the game, but I think I kind of like figured it out. I was having network issues, so I wasn't really following. So thank you very much for having me here.
Yeah, no problem. Where are you from, by the way?
Okay, I'm actually from Africa,
No, I get
Nigeria
that
to be
much.
precise.
I work in DRC. That's why I asked. So I've spent a lot of time in Kinshasa.
Okay, that's
But
that's
yeah,
really cool.
so whereabouts? Where are you from?
Okay, actually, I said I'm from Nigeria.
Oh, okay. So not exactly close. All right.
Well,
I always ask because there's
it's
not a
still
lot of
Africa.
people. We have the last time I asked that was with actually somebody who's contributed on Noun O'Clock a lot with the Noun Square. Is Davin, who works with Nouns Africa, and he's in the middle of building a school in Uganda, and actually not that far from where, like, because I was on sort of like the eastern edge of Kinshasa when I was working there. I was working on a
Okay.
steel mill, so um, it was like, oh wait, we actually kind of know where each other is. So I always like to ask. But all right, fantastic. Yeah, if you have any questions about nouns, feel free to ask, because that is absolutely what we are here for, is to help people navigate the nouns ecosystem. It is very decentralized, which can cause some problems when you're really trying to grok it, but we do what we can. Um, let's talk about some
Thank you very much.
proposals, because we've got a whole bunch up at the moment. There's only two ongoing at the moment. One is to claim ETH. This is the second step of withdrawing that 1,000 staked ETH that we had before. Pretty self-explanatory. And then exploring nouns via nouns.world is Mike Good's prop. This is for what I would consider a spiritual successor to nouns.center. It is an extremely useful little tool that Mike has put together, and I haven't voted yes on it yet, but I am very much in favor of it. And I don't care who knows it.
There's the most recent 0 vote on there is from the same wallet that chose the noun for us. The vote is 4, and it says, "Did you just find Bugs Bunny attractive when he put on a dress and played a girl bunny?" Very specific quote. Do you know what movie that's from, RFG?
Most of them, yeah. What? He's done that a lot. Bugs is a gender fluid icon.
That quote. No, that quote is a very specific quote.
Oh no, I don't.
Symbio might know it. I don't know.
What was the quote?
Did you ever find Bugs Bunny attractive when he put on a dress and played a girl bunny?
Wait,
then the
okay,
other
the way
character
that you
says,
said
"What?"
it made it
And
sound
he says,
familiar.
never mind.
Is it Ed and Eddie?
No. It's a live action. Fucking.
Oh,
No, I do know it.
I can't do his voice at all.
Roger Rabbit.
No, it's Wayne's World.
It is Wayne's World.
Oh, there you go.
It's Garth who asks. Because it's Noun's World.
Yeah.
Swing.
Yeah, I it took me a while, but I got there. I never would have got it if you didn't say that it was a reference. And read it in that cadence. My first thought was there's a TikTok sound that's going around at the moment of Lola and Bugs, where Lola's like, "Who was that ugly woman leaving your house the other night?" And then Bugs is like, "First of all, she's not ugly, and second of all, that was me." I need to work on
Excellent.
my Bugs impression. It's not very good.
Yeah, it's a tough one.
It's actually the thing that's tough about it. What a lot of people don't realize when it comes to doing vocal impressions is that the harder ones are the ones that are just people's voices. And Bugs' voice isn't really, it's just an accent and a timbre. It's not really anything. So it's matching the timbre. The accent's easy, but it's matching the timbre that's really difficult versus a more out there voice like, you know, "Where's the kaboom?" Like that, it's not hard. Because you just, if you place it in the right place, it's easy. "There was supposed to be an earth-shattering kaboom." You know, the stuff like that, or, you know, like Daffy's voice. It's just gravelly and has a lisp. And everybody knows who this is immediately. But it's harder to do a voice when it's just a voice, right? It's much easier when it's got something weird about it. That's why one of the, surprisingly, some of the hardest voices to do impressions of are the Animaniacs. Because they're just people. I mean, admittedly, one of them is a Ringo Starr impression, but the point stands.
What's his name? Rob Paulson? That's like his normal voice almost as Wacko.
Wow, yeah. Or no, as Yakko Warner. And then Wacko is the Ringo Starr. And then Dot is just a normal voice. He also does, "What are we gonna do tonight, Brain?" "Narf."
He's Pinky.
Yeah. I love that show. Animaniacs is so good. Anyway, tangent. Wow. So that was Nouns.world. Then we've got a whole bunch of props that are still open for changes. The Nouns Primary School. This is what I was just talking about with Davin. Finishing, furnishing, and painting. Go read that if you haven't yet, because it's actually really cool. It's got a lot of updates from where the construction is at the moment. Double down on nounspace.wtf is brand new. I think Willy Wonka said that he was going to try to come by 9 o'clock today. I don't know if he's going to be able to, because we have already been here for a half hour. But this is the V2 of their original prop. I have not had a chance to take a look at it yet, which I feel very bad about, but I'm going to before tomorrow. And it is still open for changes, so definitely check that out and give any feedback that you have. Noundry Snakehead, I want it. Give it to me. And Nouns Records is new. World-class Nounish music studio. Oh boy.
Yeah, they talked about it a bit on the Nouncil call the other day. Pretty lengthy, about, I would say 20, 30 minutes. A lot of people were asking questions about it too.
For anybody who isn't familiar with the park, they are a collective of musicians, and you've heard their stuff if you've been to this show at any time toward the beginning of it, because they made our theme song. This is the park, right here. They also made the Yellow Collective theme song, so they did a whole thing for us there. So this is the park. This is also the park. This whole deal. that we used to play for. We did some yellow collector spaces when we first launched, and that was all. We always played this for the theme for that. So this is the park. They've got a whole bunch of. I'm just gonna let that play in the background. They've got a whole bunch of incredibly talented and skilled musicians in that collective. So I haven't actually read this proposal. Did they give like a TLDR?
They want to do. I mean, I kind of remember what they talked about just from scrolling through. They want to do like art sessions, so have like people come in and just record stuff and do like music camps for upcoming musicians to like learn the production side of everything and that kind of stuff, and host like listening parties and social events there.
Got it.
For I want to say for a year is what the plan is.
Interesting. Theme songs for Nouns Esports and Noun Square, yeah. Definitely seems interesting. Oh, hey, Willie's here. Go ahead and put your hand up. I was just talking about the prop and then was like, maybe he'll get here and we'll talk about it. Welcome, Willie. I was just saying that I haven't had a chance to actually look at your proposal yet. All right. Can you talk? I saw a purple circle, but I couldn't hear you. Hello. Echo.
Nope.
Nothing. You might have to
Nothing.
drop and come back, because if you are talking, Willie, we can't hear you.
Knowing Willie, he's probably still talking.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, it was worth a shot. Yeah, I'm definitely interested to look at this this Nouns Records prop again soon. 'Cause, you know, I want to give it a more of a look over before we talk about it on the show, because I don't want to just be talking to talk. But I'm a fan of the park, so we'll see. It is a hefty ask, I will say. It's a really hefty ask. 808,000 USDC. I can't help but wonder if 808 was a deliberate pick.
Yeah, 100%.
For anybody who doesn't know, 808s is a very particular percussive sound that you have absolutely heard. There's literally no way you have not heard 808 drums. So, yeah. All right. Well, with that out of the way, hopefully Willie will be able to talk at some point. Might have to leave and come back, but we'll see. In the meantime, what else has been going on?
Oh,
Don't all speak at
I
once.
don't know.
Not a whole lot.
Not a whole lot. It is a weekend, and I think everybody is still hyper-fixated on Duna.
So I shared this on Time Hall without enough context, probably, and this is how it rolled out. I have an intact female that's in heat and an intact male that has a bleeding disorder, so he remains intact, and he will not shut up about her. Of course, I'm talking about my dogs.
Okay, yeah, you really could have phrased that one better. Because when you say that you have something that is intact, that infers that the default state for
Yes.
beings in your house is not intact, which worries me.
Actually, everyone is.
I know
seems
what
to
you
be
meant.
intact in this house.
I just don't. It's not
The
what it
squirrels
sounded
are.
like.
The mice are. The cats are the only ones. That. But yeah.
Yeah,
Now you're all caught up.
I got what you meant. I still don't like the phrase.
No, it's terrible.
Jesus Christ.
I've been working on context.
I never want to hear the words intact female ever again.
Okay.
I don't. I just,
Fair. Duly noted.
Gail Simone is gonna kick through a wall and beat me with a rake.
Oh man.
I pinned up a video from Jack. He posted another Moxie
Yeah, I was about to get to that.
video today. It is incredible.
So Jack
He
Wild.
posted the other. He did the other one that was like, you know, talking about what Moxie is and explaining how it all works and everything. And that one is part of just like his monthly roundup, kind of.
Yeah, well, kind of. It was like a what the hell is Moxie? You know, let's talk about it type deal. And he did spend like
This one is
24
so good.
hours straight uninterrupted editing that video, which explains why he made this one. It's an adventure. It's very.
If you've ever claimed Moxie, you know exactly what he's talking about.
I've never been caught on this CAPTCHA, and I'm worried for all of you. Ever so slightly. But if you want to see just cinema, pure and simple, just cinema in its peak form, as he desperately tries to type the answer to 24 plus 1, I believe in you. He's so wet in this.
It's stressful.
It doesn't have to be. I'm on Supercast right now claiming my Moxie.
Hashtag not sponsored.
Right in the
What are you
frame.
talking about?
I don't
You don't
think
need to sweat. There is no...
There's no CAPTCHA.
Yeah. No CAPTCHA.
Wait, what is the disclaimer? I didn't read the disclaimer when I first saw this. The events
the thing
depicted in this short are true, but only because Jack is bad at simple math. There is no fault to Moxie or Farcaster, and you will not become possessed for using. God,
I had to circle back and watch it twice.
I just played the short part of it again at the front. There's more stuff in the back of this video. The back half of it is just talking about Moxie, so definitely check it if you haven't yet. The link is pinned up at the tavern, so if you are on YouTube and Twitter, once again, welcome. Thank you for sticking around, by the way. But if you would like to join the conversation, there's a link in the description. Check it out on Tavern.
And then, you know, it's not only a shit post either. Like, he talks about he wants to use his fan token to help other people, like, learn the production side of videos, which I think is really cool.
Yeah, I think a really important aspect of the production side of this video is, you know, having a lot of water bottles and a way to dump them on your head without...
Without ruining your computer.
I honestly just A+ commitment to the bit, because like I never have to do that. I'm a VTuber. I don't need to do any of that.
You know,
nonsense.
all your other work is just audio.
Yeah. I don't need to do any of that BS. I could just, all of my editing is so
The
easy.
need for practical effects.
Listen, I have done practical effects, but it's stuff. Did I ever tell you about how I recorded Foley for, so I did, okay. I used to spend a lot of time on the voice acting subreddit and on the writing prompts subreddit. Mercifully, I have stayed off of Reddit entirely in recent years, but that is because I have become, unfortunately, sane. But when I wasn't, and I was going to Reddit on purpose,
I'd like to argue that.
listen, I'm
Continue.
speaking comparatively here. I still use Twitter. Clearly, it's. But no. So I used to spend a lot of time on the writing prompt subreddit, and because there's a lot of really cool writers there, and it was helping me, figure out narrative structure in a deeper sense. But there was a writing prompt there. This is like a decade ago now. That was talking about you are a henchman for the Joker. You've survived longer than anybody has ever before, and now the Joker has to give something to you that he's never had to give before. Your annual review, and this guy wrote this brilliant short story that read like a script for the animated series, for Batman the Animated Series. I mean, it was incredible. He nailed the characterization of the Joker, but specifically the Mark Hamill Joker, right? And so I was like, oh, whatever, I need the practice. And I was working on impressions at the time. So I recorded that, just like talking to myself, going like, well then, doing the Joker voice. Like,
Wait, I think I have this somewhere.
what?
Didn't you send this to me before?
I might have. But anyway, I did like Foley for it. And one of the things that I had to figure out there's a part in the story where he just like fires a gun into the wall, and then he doesn't think it's loaded, and then it like just punches through the drywall. And I had to find a way to get the sound for that. What I ended up doing is I ended up taking a microphone outside, because this was in the middle of this is like early January in New York. So I ended up going outside to where there was snow on the ground and just putting the mic on the ground and jumping in the snow, and then clipping down the audio to just be the impact, and then pitch shifting it up. So it sounded like a bullet hitting drywall, but it was just my boots hitting snow. There's a lot that you can do with practical Foley if you just know how to manipulate audio well enough. Please don't share the fucking Joker monologue. I would die. I know you probably have it, but please don't. It's awful.
Oh, I just pinged you. I'm pulling it out of Discord now before you erase that message.
No. Don't
So
dox
now I
my
have the link on
college
my end.
age username. That's. Oh no. But yeah, no, it was interesting. Anyway, we've got Noun Space Tom is up, presumably with Willy Wonka behind the account. Hopefully,
Yep, it's Willy on Tom's
you're
account.
able to talk.
Yeah.
Mazel
I don't know if
tov.
you could hear me at all earlier. I'm sorry.
No, we
I think
couldn't.
it got like must have been shadow banned on Tavern or something.
How long did you monologue before you figured out that we couldn't hear anything you were saying?
No, I think I could have picked this. I'm like, can y'all hear me? And then everyone else, you guys just kept talking. So
I was
I could
telling you
hear
the
you.
entire time, look, we can't hear you. Hey, try leaving and coming back. But
I was
anyway.
trying a few things, but I was also driving, and so I didn't want to.
You know what? That's fair. Please don't.
Yeah.
Don't
Okay.
tavern and drive, kids.
I'm home now on the computer on Tom's account.
Great.
But yeah, did you already show the prop for me?
Well, no, I didn't, because I haven't had a chance to read it yet. And that's the main thing that I said was I haven't had a chance to read this yet. But please go read it and give feedback, because you've got 4 hours left to do that. But now that you're here.
Yeah, I can show a little bit in there. Yeah, it starts in 18 hours, so you still got time. It does take about 4 hours to read, though, so definitely make sure you.
Yeah, I'm looking at the scroll bar on the right, and by the time you finish describing it, I might have scrolled halfway down, so go for it.
Unfortunately, the appendix is most of it. So the prop is like the first less than half of the scroll bar, and then there's a big appendix that's mostly stuff that we've done. There's a bunch of testimonials from people who are living Noun Space. Lots of great videos. If you haven't seen the videos yet for Noun Space, definitely recommend watching all of them. And that's
talking
just the
about
tip
actual
of the
video for Noun Space, right? Not like the one that I made. Like,
Yeah, have you seen the
The one
the videos?
narrated, rather.
I actually don't. I should add that one. See, there's even more videos like the one that
Why?
that you made with your voiceover from 9 o'clock. That's not even in there. So like this is again, we're only
Don't add
there's a lot
that
in
to a
there, and this is just
proposal.
like the tip of the iceberg of what Noun Space has done. We've been busy, and
Don't add
yeah.
that shit post to a proposal. You want people to vote for your prop. Don't put me on it.
Hey, if you will vote for us, if we won't add it, then we won't add it. You know, I just whatever it takes. We're unfortunately getting a little bit desperate. We're right now up for voting in Nouncil, and for some reason, a lot of the Nouncilors are voting against. Like we passed in Nouncil last time, not by a lot, but we did pass, and then this time we have right now it's 9 for votes and then 17 against votes. So I don't know what's going on. I feel like the prop is stronger. We've grown. We've made good progress. We took feedback in and incorporated it, and so I don't know what's going on. I'm telling myself it's the Duna.
It's almost certainly the Duna.
Prop up. Yeah, just which makes sense. We knew it was a weird time, but we also said we are going to put it back up after the first prop and had people asking for it. So figured we might as well put it up. We have a prop ready. We're certainly ready to get funded and keep building. So
yeah.
Yeah, but I've already. I think everyone here knows about Noun Space. If not, definitely check out nounspace.wtf or .com. We got them both, and it's a Nounish Farcaster client that's fully customizable. We got a bunch of these mini apps we call fidgets, and we have tabs on the home base, and we finally are about to release tabs on the profiles. It took us a little bit longer than we thought. We had to re-architect some stuff, but a big upgrade finally coming to Spaces imminently. I think we might just wait till Monday to get the release out, but it's ready in staging. So yeah, we're like out of the great. We've like put so much work into building this really solid foundation that you can go play around with right now. We've got users who are paying and happy, and lots of cool communities and users on there already, but also lots of work to do. And so we think we have like a really solid foundation, some very solid traction and encouraging testimonials and momentum. But yeah, it takes more than 100K and a few months to build a competitive Farcaster client. We think we got the right team and the right approach and some great validation. But yeah, we're asking for 200K to get to the next milestone, which based on the feedback from our first prop is to get at least 10 communities, Web3 communities specifically. So some Nounish, some what I like to call Nounish, but they don't know what the fuck that means yet.
Nouns adjacent.
Yeah, exactly. Noun adjacent, and they could be Nounish, right? But we need to get them to learn about nouns, and what better way than to provide them with the best Farcaster client for Web3 communities, one where they can take all this content that Web3 communities have that's fragmented and on a bunch of different websites and applications, bring it all together on their social space so that their community members can see the functionality and content that they want to share with them without having to leave social. And then also just really focus on their needs for social that aren't getting met by Warpcast or by X. Just really hone in on that target user. Get 10 of them using Noun Space daily as their like primary hub for sharing content functionality with their communities. And then once we have that, we're going to learn a ton through that process, and we'll figure out what the next goal is beyond there. Obviously, and we talk about this in the prop, the strategy is to get the communities to get their community members using Noun Space. And then once we have that, the plan is to get developers to come build fidgets. But we need to get that initial user base to make it compelling for the developers. But we do have the space token to help kind of accelerate that and bootstrap those network effects a little bit too. All this is in the prop. And as you can see, like I feel like spending too much time just giving a brief overview. But really,
Well,
like
listen,
we put a lot of work and a lot of thought.
I think
into
most people that are here in the tavern already know a fair bit about it, but we've got people on YouTube and Twitter listening in that might not. So it makes sense to give a basic overview. But TLDR is basically, this is a Farcaster client that is essentially MySpace, but on Farcaster, which means that you
I thought you were going to say on crack, but go ahead.
Listen, just because I would think it doesn't mean I would say it. No, but the cool thing about it is being on Farcaster, it does, pull your social graph. So you don't have to worry about, there being, and it's anybody can go and browse the platform. You do not need to have an account to browse the platform, so you can use it to interact with people beyond individuals who have actually put time into building their own profile. It's on Farcaster, so it exists for everybody else on Farcaster, um, which I think is probably the most significant thing to mention to people is, if you have a Farcaster account, you have a Noun Space account. They are synonymous, essentially. Um, unless you run into a bug where you're not able to make your profile. But I know that's not you. I know that's Farcaster that's blocking me.
And I was going to ask if you. That reminds me, I was asking earlier if you've had the chance to try again because
the last time
we
I tried
had-
was like a week ago and it didn't work.
it's
I
really
think
just
they
like the
just
select-
hate me.
Yeah, it's not everybody because like we keep getting a bunch of signups, and I know
I
there's one
wonder if
other
it's
user.
FID. I wonder if it's because my FID is like 5400.
It could actually be an account-based thing because we did have an iPhone user report it, and they reached out to Warpcast support, and this is like a month ago, and they still haven't heard any response from them. So I think they're just small team, and it's not the biggest priority, I guess, for them. They're more focused on
it
their own
wouldn't
apps
be.
and and this other stuff.
I reached
Which is
out to
funny.
DWR and I was like, "Hey, so this is a thing that's happening," and he was like, "I will check it out." And then we haven't spoken since, and that was 4 months ago. So,
Well, I appreciate you reaching out and for your patience, and one day we'll get you on there. And to your point, so yeah, I think we wouldn't be doing this if Farcaster and decentralized social wasn't a thing. Like if we were trying to build our own social network from scratch, I think it'd be a much harder challenge that wouldn't be nearly as compelling. But Farcaster is definitely what makes this very exciting and interesting. And further, like we can go even beyond Farcaster. So one thing that we can do, and that we want to do soon, RFG, is just get down the Farcaster gate so that it's an opt-in thing to connect your Farcaster account. But still, you should be able to go in there and play around with fidgets and themes and customize a space.
yeah.
And then, be able to potentially connect multiple accounts. They just launched this EFP this past week. I don't know if you saw Brantley, the former like ENS head of community guy, talking about Ethereum follow protocol. But it's like not a social network, but it is a social graph where you can like follow people, and every ENS is basically like an account that can follow other accounts.
Yeah.
So we got like just ENSs are pretty cool because then you also don't have to worry about the collision between like Farcaster handles for like a username basically. So some cool stuff we can do that will also help get around this Farcaster gate until they fix the issue.
Sweet.
Yeah. So check out the prop. Check out Noun Space if you're listening and haven't listened to it yet. And thank you for always giving us time to come on here and chill. And sorry in advance for putting a prop up during this Duna discussion. I know.
Listen, I don't think you need to apologize for putting a prop up during the Duna. I think maybe it might have been smarter to wait until all this blew over. But also, you gotta put a prop up when it feels right. So I think if anything, that might be a hindrance to you, is having it up at this time, just because people are just hyper focused on the Duna and are more likely to vote no on things at the moment.
We debated. We were torn, so I appreciate hearing that, and it's looking like I think you are right. In some ways, we're like, maybe it could potentially help. Like there could be more people paying attention to props. There could be people who want to fund stuff before there's a potential fork coming. So we figured, maybe
that
put
is
it up,
never the case.
and get some feedback. Is that not the case? I guess to your point, the arbors, if there were arbors, they would vote against it. But
yeah.
So
that's what was happening before when the fork was first being worked on, but was not actually implemented yet. There were arbors voting no on everything. It was impossible to get a proposal passed. And if you look back to around about a year ago now, you'll be able to see those proposals. There's a huge swath of time where here I'll see if I can go back to last year. There's a huge swath of time where it was very, very difficult to get a prop passed. Most of them were there were a lot of canceled proposals. There were passed props, but they all were at maximum quorum for a while. It was
Mhm.
rough.
And I was watching from the sidelines. I wasn't a member yet, but yeah, had friends who were involved, and I remember it being a stressful time. And it's interesting now because it seems like we don't have arbors. So the fact that there was fear that maybe there could be a
Oh no,
but it seems
I
like
think
maybe
it's very naive to think that there's no arbors.
There are arbors.
Like
so.
we
But
we,
don't
we
you think
watch
that
we watch these auctions every single day, and I'd say 90% of the nouns in the last 2 months, maybe 3 months, are all freshly funded wallets.
you guys would have the best insight? Okay, so why do you think that they didn't vote on this fork
I
drop,
don't think they were trying to cause attention to themselves.
Yeah.
and they didn't think it would pass even with their support? I guess.
I mean, if they came out to support it, it would be pretty obvious that there was a lot of arbors.
Right.
I think they just let it ride. I don't know if there's going to be another prop up, what would happen. But I personally think it's very naive for people to think there's no arbors just because this prop didn't pass.
The prop
Yeah, that's a
in
good
question we're talking about is to lower the fork threshold to 10%, by the way, for anybody who isn't aware.
That's a good point. And I had thought there were arbors, but then seeing that they didn't come out and vote on that prop made me really question it. But I don't go look at all the addresses that win. So
Yeah, we
if there
do.
are a bunch of wallets, then yeah, that's very sus for sure.
A lot of them are
Gami
freshly
has
funded, and a lot of them are wallets that literally arbed last time. Like, they're not even trying.
Yeah. Gami has a Dune dashboard or something that his friend Beetle has been helping him track the auctions in the freshly funded wallets. And Gami's on board that there's a significant amount of questionable purchases recently.
Yep.
Wild times indeed. Yeah, with the Duna stuff, and if there's going to be a fork, if all those arbors are going to get trapped in the Duna, wild times. It's going to be a fun Nouns town for sure.
Oh, yeah. It's going to be interesting.
Yeah. It's good timing. I'm glad that we're getting together and that we have at least some time to think about this Duna stuff and hear all the arguments from both sides in a IRL environment.
I think it's going to be good that most of us are going to be there, and 41 and 40 are going to be, they're already like doing talks. So I'm sure it's going to be part of it is explaining the Duna in person and their thoughts on it and taking questions.
Totally. And if Prop 647 doesn't pass, then we'll have some opportunity to do some IRL shilling. So it might be nice to have a break from all the dinner discussions too. So
yeah,
always looking for some silver lining, y'all. Whatever we can find.
Yeah.
Well, I'll see you guys out there soon. Yeah, thanks for giving me some time to chat about it. And if anyone hasn't voted yet, we definitely would appreciate your consideration on the in council.
All right. Yeah, definitely go read that proposal if you haven't yet. It is still editable, so any feedback that you have, you do not need a noun to leave feedback on chain. If you as long as you've signed in with your wallet, you can select a signal and submit your comment to any proposal and leave feedback that way. So it's a great way to do that and make sure that everybody is aware of the feedback that you have. With that, we have been here for a little over an hour, which is a long time for a weekend light show. What was that?
I just wanted to share, I pinned up a photo that Krell posted while we were talking. We thought it was just a fun image. He cropped together a bunch of nounish things that have happened. I thought it was just fun to see, so I wanted to share.
Oh, bunch of nounish things. Yeah, I see Gami at NFT NYC a couple years ago. That's when I met him. Shark Pickle Cone stuff, Wizard Hat, Millhouse for some reason.
Well,
that's really
I know it's the gifts. I just
like in very small text, it says mix of GIFs and static images at the bottom. So, which makes me think I'm curious if this is somewhere. If he didn't just put this together to share, if this is on a website or something that he's building.
Maybe. See Dustin Yellen in there.
Looks like a bunch of fidgets.
Rise of Blues.
It does look like a bunch of fidgets.
Right, the smallest size. He's trying to he's trying to break it and see what happens if you do the max amount of fidgets.
That does look cool. I like that. All right. Was there anything else that we wanted to go over before we kill it?
I don't think so.
All right. Well, thanks everybody for coming to 9 o'clock live at the Noun Square. I've been Robot Fish Girl. We're going to be back here once again tomorrow, 4:40-ish p.m. EST. About 10-15 minutes later than we were here today. So don't forget to stop by. Don't forget to check out Nomo now, number 1264. This pot. For just 0.00069 ETH, it's $1.84 USD. 100% of the proceeds go to the Yellow Collective Treasury. Speaking of Collective, now number 328 is Beauty. You can pick it up at yellowcollective.xyz. Bid on this auction there. Currently sitting at 0.013 from our very own Symbiotex. So if you want to outbid him, you've got 23 hours and 17 minutes to do it. We're going to be seeing who wins that auction tomorrow as well. In the meantime, enjoy your weekend. We've got another light episode tomorrow. Thanks for coming.